Hello, welcome to this update for the Western Pacific. So we do have still tropical storm Kongray there in Taiwan and affecting parts of eastern China. So it already made landfall in Taiwan yesterday. It's a very powerful system, and now it's affecting still there parts of eastern China, and we head towards Japan as well. So as you can see, it's still a severe tropical storm, and will still affect eastern China there. Then it shows it passing through southern Japan as an extratropical cyclone. Although it won't be tropical anymore, you have some very heavy rains in southern Japan and some gusty winds too. So please be careful in all of those areas. Now you can see here still some rain in Taiwan, but there's a lot of rain in South Korea already, parts of eastern China, and the model has a similar thing there. So it does have it there, more heavy rain through eastern China, and then southern South Korea, especially the island of Jeju, might have some intense rainfall. And then now it's like this, and it starts affecting Japan later today, Friday, November 1st, and then it goes there. Some heavy rain through most of the southern areas of Japan, central southern areas too, near Osaka, Hiroshima, and some other areas. We'll have some heavy rain. There will be some rain in Tokyo, but not really that much. Then it shows the heaviest portion crossing southwestern Japan very early on Saturday, November 2nd. This crosses south central Japan too, and even passes by Tokyo late on Saturday, like Saturday afternoon with some heavy rain there. So be careful. And then this leaves. But that's just one model. There's the GFS, shows affecting Taiwan and eastern China and southern South Korea. Then it also has the heavy rains in Japan passing there, and that are heavy rain and through Tokyo on Saturday. So be careful in Japan there, especially southwestern Japan with the heavy rains, and eastern China might be some spots of flooding. And southern South Korea, this is the icon. It has an effect in China, goes through southern South Korea and Japan with the heavy rain there. So be careful those areas. Now the rain accumulation from the icon until Tuesday, it does have still some spots in China close to 100 millimeters, especially north of Shanghai there has almost 122 millimeters, 120 millimeters. So please be careful. But in South Korea, in Jeju, it has more than 278 millimeters, 250 millimeters. So please be careful. Might be some flooding there, some problems. Does show southern South Korea some more, and Tsushima, that's in Japan, I think, shows some very heavy rain, more than 200 millimeters, and all for like the southwestern coast of Japan, more than 200 100 millimeters. In Hiroshima, more than 100. Nagasaki is not showing as much as yesterday, showing 75 79 millimeters, but this might change once again, because yesterday was showing a little bit more towards Nagasaki, but now it's more along the west coast there of Japan, the heaviest rain. So be careful. Does show 45 millimeters in Tokyo, but the worst just south of it. So be aware. There's the European model. Does have southwestern Japan there, like 164 millimeters, some more there, close to 85 millimeters in Nagasaki, and it has like in Tsushima there, some 200 millimeters. So be careful there. In the island where Jeju is, like 210 millimeters. So be careful. And more than 100 millimeters in like southernmost South Korea. So be careful in those areas. Some other islands of south central Japan does show some heavy rain spots, so be careful. Shows in eastern China just north of Shanghai, 133 millimeters still, and yeah, most of eastern China, those showers and storms there, and Taiwan still shows there, so be careful. And the GFS also has in Eastern China there, more than 100 millimeters near Shanghai, but especially like near the island of Jeju, 200 millimeters, South Korea. But the GFS is very crazy about southern Japan, like 261 millimeters, 251, like it doesn't have as much as Tsushima. It has the worst, like coming further south into southern Japan, southwestern Japan. So it has very bad near like Nagasaki, Fukuoka, and some areas, especially Fukuoka. So be aware, it does have some more for south central Japan as well, more than 100 millimeters, and 60 millimeters in Tokyo. So be careful in those areas. Mm, might be the threat of some isolated flooding, and be careful. And the wind gusts, this is now some gusty winds near China and Shanghai, does show this goes there, might leave some bigger seas near South Korea and Japan. The GFS doesn't have as much winds on top of Japan, but it has more in the ocean. The European model still has some strong winds near Taiwan, some southernmost islands there of Japan, and shows in China a little bit gusty winds too from many parts of eastern China. And then this keeps going, shows more in China there, and it does have like in the island of South Korea, close to like some 84 km per gusts. And then this goes, the European model has 113 km per gusts in southern Japan, like some 87 to 93 km per gust, most of southern Japan. So I see this as a more likely outcome than the GFS, because if this is an actual tropical cyclone, there'll be a lot of wind involved. So be careful for there all throughout southern Japan, south central Japan, because of the gusty winds. This might cause like some in the strongest areas, some small wind damage, some trees, or but nothing crazy too. But just be careful with the gusty winds. Shows there. Then this is Saturday. Later on Saturday night, shows more. Somewhere there close to 117 kilometers per hour. So the Europeans were very excited with these winds. Shows more from the east coast there, the east islands. Be careful there, and then this finally goes away there. But be aware. And Sunday to Monday does show a system in the northern sea of Japan, maybe a little bit gusty winds near North Korea because of some winter weather systems there, and near parts of northern Japan as well. So be aware, this Monday the 4th, and the European does have some strong winds for the central, uh, northern central island there of Japan, on like Monday to Tuesday. So be aware there too. So let's see, there's the icon as well. It does have this there. This goes, the icon that doesn't have as crazy as the European, like it doesn't have as widespread wings as it has like in Toshima, so some stronger winds in other areas there, like some 86 km per gust. It has some more isolated spots of strong winds, but where it wants to put winds, it does so. Like it has like 136 km per gusts in parts of southern Japan, near these towns. There are a bunch of towns there, so be careful. It won't be this strong because the icon many times exaggerates, but you never know. Be aware. And then this goes away there. So be careful, stay safe. Now, just very quick, the snowfall accumulation from this next system does show some snow northern China and northern South Korea, but maybe a little bit in northern Japan from this system Sunday and Monday. So especially like Monday and Tuesday until November 5th, and southeastern Russia there. So be aware. And there are also some tremendously cold temperatures in Russia and other stuff. We might make a winter weather video as well. But be aware there of the system, South Korea, China, Japan. And then we have another very dangerous situation in Vietnam. because there's this system, the South China Sea is just spinning around there, and it's forecast to bring some more heavy torrential rain starting Sunday again in parts of central Vietnam, showing more storms in Cambodia, southern Vietnam on Sunday, and more areas there. So the rainfall accumulation I will show you is the rain from all these days. It won't all fall in one day. It will be all throughout these days. But the heaviest days will likely be Sunday, November 3rd, Monday the 4th still, and like Tuesday the 5th, still some heavy rain. So be careful. And until Tuesday the 5th, the European model has in parts of central eastern Vietnam 196 millimeters, 199, 208 millimeters, further north 277 millimeters, and right on the worst areas it show like some 336 millimeters, where the most of the rainfall will be at. So please stay safe. It might be a little bit less than this or more, but just be aware. But this updates a lot of times per day, so this will change. But does show more than 100, 200 millimeters in central Vietnam. Might be some flooding. Does show some storms in Cambodia, southern Vietnam, and it shows more storms throughout Indonesia and Malaysia, especially central Indonesia in Kalimantan. The European model is all the way to like 147 millimeters, more widespread tropical downpours throughout central, western Indonesia, and even eastern Indonesia. But be aware during the day, those periods of heavier downpours with lightning, gusty winds and stuff. So does show in Sumatra some heavy rain spots, southern Malaysia like 100 millimeters, Thailand. So be careful there with more tropical downpours. And there's the GFS2. It has in Vietnam close to like 391 millimeters. So this is even more than the European, like 229 millimeters, 146. So please stay safe in Vietnam from this flooding. Shows more parts of Hainan, southern China. There are some storms, northern Vietnam, and does show eastern Laos, more than 100 millimeters through easternmost Laos. So be careful there. Shows more storms in Cambodia, southern Vietnam, Thailand, southernmost Myanmar, and Thailand, but especially what happened here. So shows more Indonesia, some 80 to 100 millimeters, and Malaysia, especially southern Sumatra, it has some heavier downpours, and Java and some areas there. So be aware. There's a Canadian, he has those heavier downpours from central Sumatra there, and Kalimantan, parts of Java, and Malaysia too. So be aware. And the icon, it has all the way to 300 millimeters, 200 millimeters in Vietnam. So be aware, and eastern Laos too. And it has in southern China and Hainan as well. So yeah, be careful in those areas and stay safe. And we still have some tropical downpours in southern India and Sri Lanka. So still be careful there. Some periods of heavier downpours throughout Sri Lanka and southern India. So be aware. So some showers in Bangladesh, a shower to northeastern India, Nepal and Bhutan, some snow in Tibet, northern Nepal and Bhutan. There'll be snow, and yeah, be aware those areas. And also some stuff building the southern Indian Ocean. Be aware of some British islands there. We might make some more videos later for those areas as well. So be aware, some more tropical downpours in the Philippines from time to time, but nothing that crazy. In Guam too, shows some 40 millimeters and occasionally higher. In Palau, some showers and storms. Micronesia, so be aware there, because we have that other area of investigation. It's now yellow. It was orange before. It might still form into something, but lower probabilities. So let's see here. There's the Western Pacific. Does show the GFS, the system in Japan and China there. They does try to form a system later too, but it never really forms. It does form another one down south later by like November 8th. But yeah, that's far away. There's the European too, has the stuff in China, South Korea and Japan. Be careful there. The stuff in Vietnam, and then it does get the disturbance. It comes north, but doesn't really form into a consolidated system. So yeah, be aware. This is mainly it. So stay safe, and let's see here if there's something else. So mainly this, still be aware of the big waves and the swells parts of